Welcome back to the vlog. Today a letter from Heba, who writes about commoditization in office supplies with a lesson for you, I promise. Bear with me here, I got to read a little bit of his note. How can we avoid the discount and price war competition with our competitors when we're working with items like stationery and office supplies? It's a good question. Commoditized industry, no doubt about it. All competitors have similar and almost the same items. Corporate clients don't care for brands. All competitors have the same payment terms, delivery terms, warranty terms, etc. Nothing critical to differentiate in, and all clients and dream clients are looking for cheaper prices, especially in unstable economy like that in Lebanon. Okay, well, when you're a commodity, all clients are looking for lower prices no matter where you are, because that's the nature of being a commodity. Second question, how can we differentiate from our competitors, and what ideas can you suggest to build our own competitive advantage as a stationery and office supplies supplier? In your opinion, what would added value, let me try that again. What added value shall we give our clients to keep on our existing clients and to attract new potentials? So the question here is, how do you differentiate in a commoditized market? And there's a lot of markets that are commoditized. This has nothing to do with Lebanon. It has to do with a whole bunch of forces like globalization and disintermediation, and the fact that there are so many people now building and delivering things, and the internet has leveled the playing field so people from all over the world can play the game. There's a whole bunch of factors here, but what's most important for you to understand, and this is something that I've talked about here a number of times, we'll try to put links for you. There's 4 levels of value that you can create. And when you create only the lowest level of value, or when you believe that's the value you're supposed to be competing on, you cannot differentiate and you cannot compel change. Here's the thing. So level 1 means you're competing on product. And look, you have a good product, they have a good product, it's the same product. So you're good, they're good, there's no difference. I'm going with the cheapest person I can find because there's no greater value to be created. If you move up 1 level and you get to level 2, so you're a little bit better, now you've got experience. If your payment terms are the same and their payment terms are the same, and if your delivery's the same and their delivery's the same, if everything's the same, then it doesn't make sense to pay more. So you can't differentiate on level 2. Maybe you can. We'll talk about that. When you get to level 3, that means ROI, which means you give them goods and they sell those goods and they make money, or your competitor gives them goods and they sell those goods and they make money, and you're both going to come out the same on that. Everybody who's in business in a commoditized industry has probably commoditized at level 3. This is where I can get you a tangible result, and I'm going to try to compete there. But there's another level, level 4. Level 4 means you're strategic, you're a trusted advisor. You know how to counsel people, you know how to advise them on their business, even in a place like Lebanon. So let's talk about that for just a minute, but before we do, I want to talk about what you're doing. And when you write a letter like this, you're asking this question, but you're making a point. You cannot compete on level 1 anymore, and you know that, or you wouldn't have written this note to me asking me what to do about it. You can't compete on level 2 and you can't compete on level 3. So the challenge for a lot of salespeople, not just in Lebanon, but all over the world, is that you think the product is supposed to do the selling for you. That would make you an order taker. And that means when you got to work in the morning, there would be a line of people like there is at a coffee shop or a donut shop waiting there to buy what you sell. And that doesn't happen, so it's not going to happen for you. None of those things are possible. So you have to leap all the way to the other end. You have to go all the way to level 4. And I'm going to ask you some questions. If you can answer these questions, you can figure out how to differentiate yourself. You can figure out how not to be a commodity. So here's the questions that you have to ask yourself. How many people in the general population are buying office supplies in the area where your client exists? That's the first question. And if you don't know who's buying and you can't help them understand that, then it's difficult for you to be a value creator. What are people buying in large volumes? And the reason you need to know that is, what do people want to buy? And you need to make sure that you're counseling your client on what they should keep in stock, because this is what people want to buy. You also need to know the other side of that. What do people not buy? What should they take out of their store because they can't make any money off of it and they shouldn't sell it? They should let somebody sell it over the internet or do something different, or let the competitor have it because the volume's too low. If you don't have these kinds of insights, if you can't come in and say, you really need to lead with this product, you need to move it to the front of the store, you need to put this on sale, you need to use this as a loss leader. If you can't tell them how to run their business better than they're running it now, you can't be the trusted advisor. So the spot that you're playing for in level 4 is I'm good counsel. I'm a part of your management team. I'm going to help you make the changes and adjustments that you need to make so that you can generate greater income, generate greater sales, serve more people, grow your business, employ more people, whatever it is that your client wants to do. That's what you have to do to differentiate. So you can't look at your company. Your company is not going to be enough to do that. It's not going to be the products. This is the toughest thing for many salespeople to understand. You are the value proposition. You're the value prop. You can't count on anybody else to win the deal or anything else to win the deal for you. You have to show up and be so good in front of the client now that you can actually win business. And I saw something go by today that said sales is 20% attitude and 80% aptitude. That's not true anymore. That's just not true anymore. If you don't have the business acumen, it doesn't matter how good your attitude is. If you don't know anything that can help your client, you're not going to be their trusted advisor. Trust and advice. Simple 2-part recipe, but you got to have the second part. I'm Anthony Iannarino. Hit the like button, hit the share button, send this to somebody who works in a commoditized industry and give them some help, and hit the subscribe button. This is every day.